Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here at American RV in gorgeous Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today it's my pleasure to tell you all about the 2017 Lance 1475. It's a beautiful couples coach, nice and lightweight. Let's go ahead and start right here in the front. We'll make our way back and then head on in. So one of the first things I want to talk about is this right here, which is the power tongue jack. Makes it nice and easy to hook up and disconnect from your tow vehicle. Just touch a button to go ahead and lift that up and down. Also, you have a little level up there to help track, make sure that your coach is level. Behind that's your propane tank, and then of course behind that are some rails for your battery hookup. Diamond plating here comes up the front, which helps protect the front end from any debris or rocks that get thrown up by the tow vehicle. That way you can protect your fiberglass. Also, if you take a look right underneath there, you can see the battery disconnect. That's really neat too. Rather than have to disconnect your terminals, you can just pop that when you're done for storage and you're good to go. And moving up on the front, you have a beautiful front window right here. This is right over the bed, which is amazing. That way you get some excellent ventilation through there. And I like what they've done. You can see how the window props open just like it is right now. They have this system right here that kind of meets in the center. This top part right here is a screen so you can get the airflow through. The bottom part is a nightshade, but if you look, the back of this is reflective. So that way it works very similarly to what you put in your car windshield. That way it reflects the heat out, making sure that it stays nice and cool. So very neat that they went ahead and did that. As we come around to the side of the coach, a couple things want to point out. We'll drop this open. This, of course, is where your sewer hose can go. You can put it on either side. It's a pass-through, runs all the way through the Lance camper. Right down here, let's take a look at this storage. Look at that huge pass-through storage area. It's absolutely massive. You know, you can see how wide the door is on here, so you can fit just about anything in here, whether it's zero gravity chairs, you know, grills, whatever it may be. Also, there is extra door in there, so you can access that storage from inside as well. Very cool. This is a magnetic latch, by the way. I almost forgot. This is kind of cool. So this goes just like that. Sticks up there, makes it very easy. When you're done, of course, you can just close it right back up. Right underneath here is your propane quick connect. So if you want to hook up a grill, you can simply do that. Just plug it in. That way you're feeding off your propane tank rather than the little green bottles. Now these windows are frameless dual pane windows. That's phenomenal as far as insulation properties, not just from the heat and cold, but also sound. You know, sometimes at night you want to go to bed, so you shut it, shut the windows, have the AC on, and if there's people partying a couple campsites away, you can still hear them. The dual pane windows will help keep that to a minimum. But again, as far as insulation properties for heat and cold, they do a phenomenal job. This is going to be an extended season camper. You have that, you know, and that dual pane windows is a big part of that. My favorite thing about that though is that this is still extremely light. This camper weighs just over 2,800 pounds. That's right, you heard it correct, just over 2,800, which is amazing. You can pull that with a mid-size SUV like a Ford Escape and still have 700 pounds of weight. So I love that, you know, they built this camper so light. Now, a couple different ways they do that. You know, they do a lot of things actually, from the cabinetry to, you know, the way they lighten up some of the frame. But another big piece of that is behind this fiberglass, instead of using Luan, they use Asdel composite panels. So Luan, if you're not familiar with it, is essentially a plywood they glue together. That's what most of your manufacturers use. The big advantage of Luan, it's inexpensive. The disadvantage to Luan, it's pretty heavy. Also, the glues that they use tend to kind of leak out into the RV, and so you get that terrible smell from the formaldehyde that kind of leaks out. And then also, if you ever do get water in the Luan, you'll start to see where it pops away from the fiberglass. You start to see bubbles in the side of your unit, which is known as delamination. With Asdel composite panels, it does not absorb moisture, so you won't get that pop. It's a green material, they don't use any glues, and it helps with the weight. So it's phenomenal that Lance has went ahead and put the Asdel composite panels in here for you. Now, as we take a look right down here, you'll see the plug-in. I'll open that up for you. You know, it has a great seal around there too, but so if you want to plug anything in like grills or something underneath your awning, you can go ahead and do that. Speaking of the awning, we'll get to that in just a moment, but first I want to talk about this right here. You can see the aluminum rims on there, nitrogen filled tires for a better ride. The other cool thing about this is they use Dexter never adjust brakes. So they're self-adjusting brakes, which, you know, if you've had a trailer before, you may be familiar over time, you have to adjust your brakes. You don't have to do that on a Lance. It automatically does it for you. So just one more thing that Lance does, putting them a step above the rest. As we take a look up top, you'll see your two outside speakers here. Those are controlled by your Multimedia Center inside, however, it is Bluetooth capable. So if you want to sit out here, you can use your smartphone or tablet and be able to adjust the music from right out here. Then above that is your Carefree of Colorado Armless awning. They're one of the coolest awnings out there right now. You touch the button, you don't even have to hold it. You literally walk up to it, you touch it, and it'll roll out all by itself. It has a wind sensor on there as well, so if it starts to get too windy, it'll roll itself right back up. LED light in there too, just a phenomenal awning setup they went ahead and put on here for you. Getting into the 1475 is easy as well. You know, this unit is about towability. It's lightweight, it's aerodynamic. It also sits low to the ground. That's what you want. If you're towing with an SUV, you know, you don't want this thing towering above your tow vehicle. So they make it nice and low profile. So one step is all you need to get in here, and they have this easy grab handle in order to assist you up and in. Then right here you have your keyless entry. So if you forget your keys or you accidentally lock them inside, not a problem. You can use the keyless entry to go ahead and get right in. Come around to the back side with me here. I do want to talk about the jacks a second, the stabilizing jacks. I like what they've done. You'll see they're on angles. Rather than your standard scissor jacks, they use more of like an A-frame jack system, which helps stabilize. If you've seen anything out there as far as static forces and you look at the way trusses are built, they essentially use triangles to help zero out forces, and that's exactly what Lance is doing right here. So it gives you the most stable method of stabilizing jacks that you can have on a camper. Come around over to the other side right here. This is access to the valves right there. You know, Lance is thinking about you in the future. If something were to happen, you start to get a leaky valve in the shower, right there you can go ahead and access that very easily. Outside shower, both hot and cold access. And then of course our fills are going to be right here and then right up there for the tank. This is your detachable power cord, 30 amp, and then cable and satellite right here. All right, folks, that pretty much wraps it up. I know it's great on the outside, just wait till we get to the inside. Welcome to the inside of the 2017 Lance 1475. This is a great couples coach. Let's go ahead and start off right over here as soon as you walk in the door. One of the things very unique to this floor plan, you can see right here you have two swivel chairs. The one is a rocker as well with a table in the middle. So I just love this setup. You don't see this in a small travel trailer where you have a place to sit back and relax, and that's what it's all about. You know, a lot of couples coaches, sure, you may have a couch or a dinette, but it's just not comfortable. So Lance has went ahead and given you these two chairs right here to go ahead and achieve that comfort. And as I mentioned, you have the table here as well. Beautiful big window. We saw that when we were outside right there, the dual pane windows, but that lets in a ton of natural light. And the cool thing about it, you can open that up, spin these chairs right around, and you have a great view out to the campsite. Then right in here, you have two LED lights, so perfect for reading if you're sitting in these chairs and you want to read a book. And of course, the big advantage of LED is it's not near as hot as your standard incandescents, and also uses a fraction of the power in case you don't have shore power hookup. You have a great shelf right there as well, and then up top, additional storage. You can see these are self-supported hinges there too. Now, a couple things that I love to talk about when we start to talk about the cabinetry in here, and that's in the way Lance is built. So one of the things I like to talk about is this right up here. If you look up at the top, you will see that this cabinetry is flush with the ceiling. There isn't any gimp molding in there like most manufacturers use. Now, in case you don't know, though, the reason manufacturers use GIMP molding is because there are imperfections. They go ahead and put the GIMP molding up there in order to hide it and make it look great. However, Lance doesn't have to, because everything they use is precision CNC cut, so it is exactly where they want it. So they can fit it right up to the ceiling and give you that clean quality look that you want in the RV. Let's go ahead and move up front right here. So this is the bed, the queen bed there. You know, residential size bed, which is awesome. You know, 60 by 80, so you can lay all the way across. You have 2 reading lights there as well. So again, if you want to read a book at night, you certainly can. Windows on both sides, and that big window up front I showed you for excellent ventilation through here. Then up top, they went ahead and put in another shelf with the net system right there, so it is nice and easy to access, but it will still hold things in and not fall out on you. Privacy curtain right here, so you can go ahead and close that off if you so desire. Then if you take a look right up here, you have the fantastic fan. So again, with all the windows in here, you can open them up, turn that fan on, and get a great cross breeze coming through here. That really does a great job if you don't want to run the AC. So then we move into the kitchen. So right here you'll notice our TV and Multimedia Center. I did touch briefly on the Multimedia Center when we were outside, but what I want you to take note of is that these are Jensen Electronics. The reason that should be important to you is because manufacturers actually pay more for Jensen, but it's 100% worth it. The reason is these are built specifically for the RV industry to be able to withstand the shakes and vibrations from going down the road, as well as the temperature extremes from very hot to very cold. So that way you have long-lasting products in here. So as I mentioned, there's the TV. Of course, you can see that from bed. You can see it from the chairs right over here. Perfect placement. That Multimedia Center does control the speakers outside, as well as the speakers right here inside. It's also a radio, CD, and DVD player. So if you do want to watch a movie on that rainy day, not a problem. Go ahead and pop it right in and you can do that. Then right up here is a little cutout. This is really neat too. If you notice, there is a plug-in right there. So in my opinion, this is a perfect place for cell phones. If you need to charge them, you can put them right up there, plug them in. They're out of the way. You're not cluttering up your countertop. So I like that little cubby hole right there. Right above me here is the king jack. This is for the TV. So what this is when you raise your antenna, you know, normally you raise your antenna up, you may forget to lower it back down. Oh no, it breaks off. Not a problem with the king jack. You don't have to raise or lower it. All you have to do is turn it for the best signal. So upgraded TV antenna, again, something that Lance provides for you. If we take a look right up here, great storage. You have this built-in shelf right here, but excellent pantry storage right there. Light, of course, underneath, and again, a big window. Then also right over here is your microwave, fully functional hood with a light and a fan. Then if you take a look at the countertop, you have great countertop and prep space. I love that they built this up right here. So, you know, not only do you have this prep space, but you also have this, and you have the sink top cover right here. So, speaking of the sink top cover, this can flip over. This is cutting board quality. So if you want to use this as a cutting board, you can absolutely do that. Then if you notice right here, you have the big single bowl sink. This is very deep. That way you can fit big pots and pans in there, and you have the pull-out faucet, which really makes it easy to wash any dishes. All right, now if we take a look right over here, I'll go ahead and open this guy up for you. You can see in there a ton of storage area. Absolutely phenomenal storage. I love that right there. You know, so if you have taller items, you can put them there. Maybe a place for a trash can you can put right there. Or if you did notice, right up here, there's actually a hanging rod. So this is a great place for a wardrobe. You know, go ahead and hang clothes there if you want, but just very versatile space. You really can put whatever you want in there. Also, one thing I do want to mention, you know, for me, I always try to look for a place for a coffee maker. So not only does this provide excellent prep space, but right over here you do have a plug-in, so you can put your coffee maker here, and you also have 2 USB chargers there as well. So again, if you don't want to charge your cell phone in here, you can go ahead and charge it right there. But again, great countertop space. Right over here, they also not only do they give you a sink top cover, but they also give you the cooktop cover. So this, of course, folds up. Atwood 3-burner cooktop. The front one is high output, and then right below is the oven. Cool thing about this cover, when this folds back, it does kind of double as a backsplash, nice and easy to clean, but just in case, they do give you this one right here as well. Another plug-in right there, so if you don't want your coffee maker over there, there's a spot for you right there. So love that. Open this up. You can see plenty of storage in here. And I always get a lot of people that ask me about this. So Lance went with plastic trays, and at first people are like, well, you know, this is such a nice camper, you know, so high-end. Why did they give me plastic trays instead of standard drawers? And there's a couple of reasons for it. One, you know, sure, is going to be for weight. They definitely are lighter. But the main reason, again, is versatility. These are easy to wash. They're easy to clean. If you want, you can take these outside. You know, I don't know about you, but when I'm camping, I eat outside a lot. Well, when you're done, you know, you're done eating, you can take this tray out there, take the silverware, throw it in here, bring it right in, set it right here, and start washing up dishes. You know, you have a nice little soaking pan right there. So, you know, the versatility these drawers provide, in my opinion, way outweigh having your standard wood drawers. So again, I love that they do that. All right, that'll pretty much wrap this area up. Let's head to the back. We'll finish up the kitchen and then head into the bathroom. Something else cool that Lance has done right as soon as you walk in right here is a key ring. That way you have a place to hang your keys up. And then if you take a look right underneath here, right underneath the chair, you have this full extension drawer. So, you know, they really are just utilizing all the space here. Again, you know, I have people ask me why this chair is raised, and it's pretty simple. Basically, your wheel well is right there. So what Lance has done is instead of having a chair crammed up against the wheel well and having it too far out in the aisle, they went ahead and built it up. That way they had this nice platform, and again, utilize the space by putting the drawer right there underneath. Now, if you take a look right over here while we're down low, this is your water heater and water heater bypass. So, you know, Lance is always thinking about you, trying to make it as easy as possible. So that way, if you are going to winterize your camper, which if you live in a cold region, I definitely do recommend it, you can just go ahead and hit that water heater bypass. Very easy. Of course, Norcold Fridge and freezer right here. I personally like Norcold brands. You know, they are built right here in the US. I think they did a great job with this one. Looks very stylish. You know, it's plenty of space. I think it's awesome. Right up top here is a clock. Nice to know what time it is, right? Thanks, Lance. And then right over here you have additional space. So if you notice, these are adjustable shelves, so you can kind of move those to where you want. And again, Lance did a great job. You know, they went ahead and cut out the pipe that's running through here that you probably can't see on video, but you know, they just did an excellent job of fitting everything in that space. And again, as I mentioned, you can go ahead and adjust that to whatever you would like. We enter into the bathroom here. You can take a look. Right here in the corner is the toilet. Plenty of leg room all the way around, which is great. Then if you go up top a little bit, you'll see your towel bar right over there. You have a vent, and then over to the side here is your neo-angle shower with a hand wand, big skylight as well. And then last but not least, right over here is your sink top and vanity. And then if we open this guy up, you'll see right behind the mirrored medicine cabinet there, you have some additional storage and a towel ring right there. Thanks for joining me, folks. Again, this is the 2017 Lance 1475. This one is in the Arrowhead interior. This is one of my favorite new couples coaches. It is so extremely light. At just over 2,800 pounds, you can tow it with most mid-size SUVs. That way you don't have to trade up and get a big pickup if you don't want. Or if you already have a pickup and you want this camper, great, you can tow that too. But they have a ton of high-end amenities in the Lance. You know, everything they've done, from your dual pane windows to your Asdel composite panels. You come in here, you have the awesome layout, you know, the extended season capability. This is one you have to come and take a look at. If you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those in the section below, or you can always give myself, Ian Baker, a call here at American RV, and I'll be happy to answer that way as well. If you do have particular questions on the specs of this unit, or if you're looking for the latest price and availability, I recommend you visit our website, which is AmericanRV.com, for the most up-to-date information. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and I can't wait to see you on the road to freedom.